We're out here testing out the new Major Line Osprey. It's going to be released on Wednesday, June 25th. As you can see, it's not see-through like the Victory Line, the original ones. The prototypes were all see-through Victory Line ones, and these tend to have just a touch more dome than the Victory Line prototype slash Osprey run. And I've yet to throw these. This will be my first throw with one of these. 400-foot hole here, bends nicely to the right, and you don't want it coming back left. You get pinched off on the left side on this hole, so I think this will be a great disc for this hole. Osprey Major Line. Oh! She didn't turn like I thought she was going to turn. I like the feel of that. I can hammer it a little more. I was expecting it to roll a little more. Yeah. I did not expect that. That was actually really refreshing. That's the good one we're looking for. How about intentional roller?
Yeah, I was thinking about, hitting that, and letting it get that.
Because that's about the only way I could see getting to the basket here.
Yeah.
That's too much cut.
Yeah.
I was doing the right thing.
Almost, yeah.
I was doing the right thing. That edge is just a little far out there for the low ceiling gap you got right here.
So this little dome, we think it might have added a little stability?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because everything else, Victory Line has brought some extra stability, where now we're in the Major Line, and this has definitely got a little more.
I think it's because of the dome. I don't think it's so much the plastic, it's the dome that the plastic helped create on this mold. But yeah, it definitely feels just a skosh more overstable.
Still that understable flight we want, but just a little
bit more comeback. Oh wow. Same thing almost. Just a touch of hyzer and let it flip in. Still rolled over quite a bit, but acceptable.
Feel like once it's catching that turn, it feels like it's flying faster than I would have thought it.
We're still testing out the Major Line Osprey. This hole is just a little straighter. It's kind of uphill. Got a little slant to it, a little tight, but very straight hole. The other one, the last one we played was, had to turn and come back. And this one we're just going to try and see how good a line this can hold straight up the hill.
That's a line right there.
Yeah, I like that. Or the Proto, I know the Proto would have turned.
Yeah, that would have
more into the woods with that power and that angle. It would have. It would have been rolling into the woods more for sure.
I'll still keep this on hyzer, let it pop, and just a little rider.
Yep, maybe even a touch higher. I was a little low. Yeah. It's uphill. I'm Florida boy. Yeah. I throw fairly low as it is, and you got an uphill hole. Yeah, you got to throw it a little higher than you think. But yeah, I like the flight of that.
Yeah.
Granted, I was throwing a white one. I was throwing a white one too, which seems to be a touch more stable. I think you just need to beat the left side, like aim at the left side more. It's probably not going to.
And then trust that it's
going to move up. And now look at the way that held.
Yeah. Got up, danced, then faded out.
That's a useful shot right there.
I like it.
That is a useful shot. Almost the same type of flight.
Yeah. I feel like the white is.
I think the white is just that little bit more overstable.
Yeah, this feels a little flatter. You want to hit this one?
Sure.
Same.
I want to try the same thing I just did and watch it turn a little more because I know it will. The white definitely has just a skosh more ass to it. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I think I like that a little better than the Victory Line Osprey for my throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can put a little more pop into it, but still throw it with hyzer and trust it to come up. And what do we got for wind? It's just drifting that way a little bit. The wind, it's not helping, it's not hurting, it's just kind of going cross fairway.
Yeah.
Right to left.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think for like how hard are you throwing arm speed, you think?
I don't know.
Yeah.
60 something miles
So
an
yeah,
hour.
for 60, like the Major Line,
Yeah.
it's going to be a little more throwable.
Uh-huh.
Where I think if we were hitting the protos, those would be
in the right woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And hyzering into the right woods.
we'd be hunting.
So where this one ended up, 343 uphill. You know, threw it off to the left side, slight angle hyzer, let it bleed up, and it barely turned at the end and just held a nice little turn. Glide all the way up here. Had about a 14-foot putt. This is kind of what I was hoping this disc would do, is just have that slight turn and hold a little bit of ante and just glide out. And you know, for me, 343 uphill, that's a bit of a crunch. I'm only throwing probably 60 miles an hour these days, and this hole's probably playing like 390-ish if you were to equal it out to a flat ground hole. So, and it's tight, you know, it's got some woods, some deep woods on the right, and really liking the feel of this disc. Another hole we're checking out the Major Line Osprey on. A little short for this hole, it's a little downhill. I think it's just under 300, but we're gonna throw it on a couple different lines. We're gonna throw the less stable one. What we feel is the less stable one was the orange one, and the white ones are a little more stable. We're gonna throw those down the left line, kind of let them bleed over to the right, and then the other ones we're gonna try and throw down this right line and just get them to hold up straight and finish a little left. That's probably not the intended route you would want to go on this hole, but we're gonna give it a try. Pin high, bled it over a little too much.
Yeah. Held good the whole way.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I didn't spaz it into the left woods.
Same thing. Same thing, but less graceful.
Yeah. All right, now down the right side gap, which will probably fit into the hole a little better if we can miss this first tree.
All right.
Oh yeah, pin high.
Yeah.
It was hanging out there for a while, but she came back. Yeah, that's more what I was talking about. If that was lower, that'd be in the basket. Oh, just off about 10 o'clock from the basket.
Yeah,
that was what I was envisioning for that route. This hole, we're gonna test the Major Line Osprey out on this one, and this one I think fits this disc a little bit better. Starts out, you know, fairly wide open, and then it gets a little tighter down the way. But the main part is it's gonna finish. It's got to finish like this. The disc has to turn to the right and stay turned, and not really hyzer out that much and not turn too much. So I think this would be a great fit for this disc, this type of hole right here. That was a little left of where I wanted it, but
yeah,
got through.
What, that was the blue?
That was the blue. And I didn't really meet on that one. I just kind of smoothed it because we're downhill. Yeah, I like that one. Get around those sleepers. Yeah, that looked real good.
Yeah. That hit a bucket.
It hit the bucket?
Or hit at the bucket.
Oh, nice. Oh, that one's going to come back a little bit. Do that a little tall.
Yeah.
It's on the green. I mean,
nice putt.
Yeah. Just got done testing the Major Line Osprey, which is going to drop on Wednesday, June 25th. Really like the feel of it. It's got a slight bit more shoulder height here, which creates a little more dome on it than the Prototype or the Victory Line one does. I think it flew just a tick more stable than the Prototype and the Victory Line Osprey. So look for these out June 25th. Very sweet. I liked them. They nice tight little hyzer off the beginning. It rolls up flat. Depends on how hard you throw it. If you throw it firm, it'll turn and hold, turn. If you don't throw it firm enough, it'll just go flat and straight and finish a little left for you. Major Line Osprey. Look for it soon.